Hey everyone, so today I wanted to bring you my Cyber Dragon deck profile for the current format for August 2020. It's technically end of July right now, but I'll be using this build for the month of August, so let's just roll with that. Now, the last time I did a deck profile, it was on Team Sam's channel back in March after the OTS Championship. Now, that was when we were under Master Rule 4, and my build now, of course, has a lot of different cards, but I do provide some card explanations in that video, so you can go check that out as well. And I'll have the full deck list in this video in the description below, just so it's easier for you guys. And at the end, I'll provide kind of a cost breakdown of the deck core, so you can go check that out. So starting with the main deck, we have 3 core, the best normal summon in the deck. Remember that the search on summon is mandatory, and you can also only use one of the 2 effects per turn, the other effect being banishing it from grave to special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from deck. Next, we have 3 Herz. The primary reason for it is to be pitched with Galaxy Soldier to go into your Nova Infinity play. It does have another effect where if it's special summon, you can choose to make it level 5, but you can only use one of those 2 effects per turn, and if you use that effect to make it level 5, you are locked into summoning machines. Next, 2 Nachster, pretty standard, you don't need 3. If you use its effect to special summon from grave, then you are also locked into machines. Then we have 2 Jizukuru, Kaijus, very good. Gets rid of problematic monsters and searchable off of Repair Plant. And then hand traps, we have 3 Ash and 3 Ogre. Ash, very good against pretty much every deck. You know, Ash the Halqifibrax, the Scarlet Sanguine, and then Ogre, this is a new addition, and this is because of the Numeron cards that we have to pop the field spell. And on to spells, 3 Emergency, best spell in the deck. It searches a Cyber Dragon monster, and if its activation gets negated, then you can discard a card to add it back to hand, and because the activation was negated, you can activate it again, but if it gets ashed, then you can't use it the same turn. Next, 2 Repair Plant, the next best search spell in the deck. You do need a Cyber Dragon in grave to activate this card, so it can be bricky sometimes, but overall, very good card. Next, we have Revsystem. Probably the least search card off of core, but it does have some utility. For example, if I have a hand that's vulnerable to Nibiru, then, you know, let's say I get Nibiru'd on the Nova and I have the Revsystem, so then Nova brings out the Rampage, I can send Nachster and Cyber Dragon, use this to bring back the Nachster will bring back the Cyber Dragon, and then you can go into your Nova Infinity play from there. Cyberload Fusion, remember the restriction of being only able to attack with that fusion summon monster for the rest of the turn, and if you check out my last video on Cyber Dragon rulings, I go over this and Chimeratech Rampage in detail. Then we have 1 Overload Fusion, pretty much a game ender card. This is a card you're sending off for the Anaconda, and it just helps you get into Rampage and try to go for the kill. Next we have triple Machine Dupe. A lot of people are going away from this build and playing 1 original Cyber Dragon, no Machine Dupe, and maxing out on Galaxy Soldiers, and that's totally fine. I support that build as well, and I myself will be going towards that route once Dragoon comes out. But for now, I do still really like it, as bricky as it can be. It helps the deck become more explosive, and when you're forced to go first, it also helps set up your plays better. We have Foolish, another extender. I mean, for example, if you have just Machine Dupe and Foolish, but no other targets, you can, assuming your opponent has a monster and you don't, you can send the core with Foolish, banish it, special summon a baby Cyber Dragon, and then Machine Dupe, and now you have a target. And also, unlike other decks, don't feel like you have to kind of start your play with Foolish. I mean, you can just save it for future turns, because let's say you have a core engrave, and then next turn you want to send the Herz just so you can add it back to your hand, add the core back. And so it just has a couple utilities. Next we have 2 Cyclones and Red Reboot. It's pretty bad if I have to main deck Red Reboot, but you know, it is really the best card for back row decks, and it comes up against Eldritch Altergeist. It's just one of the more commonly played decks right now, and the 2 quick play spell trap removal, because it's just very good. I have 1 Overflow. I like to main deck 2, but right now, going second in this format is hard enough as it is, so I'm just trying to dedicate most of my cards for going second, but you should at least play one of them in your main, because it is a very good trap card, doesn't banish for cost, does not target, really good card. And lastly, in the main, we have triple Imperm. Always has been a very good hand trap, and now with Zexal, you really do need it to try to negate its effects. Onto the extra deck, we have one All Mirage, really mandatory. Try to get rid of your baby Cyber Dragon that was normal summon, just so you can activate Repair Plant, for example. We play Anima because Herz and Nachster are level 1s, and this can help get rid of your Jizukuru, for example. And it is a spellcaster, and while it doesn't come up realistically that often, at least if you're under Secret Village, you have some kind of out. Seeger enables OTKs. Verde Anaconda, incredible indirect support for Cyber Dragons. You send Overload Fusion with this thing and try to go for game. And when you're forced to go first, sometimes, let's say you kinda don't have a great hand, you can still use this, go into Rampage, send Herz and Core, just to add back the Core to hand and kinda have a follow-up play for the next turn. Last of the links, Nightmare Phoenix, just for a spell trap removal. Pretty much only go into it when I'm under, there can be only one. Next we have 2 Novas and 2 Infinities. Because I'm playing the Machine Dupe build, I do find that I go into the second Nova quite a lot, and also when I'm reviving off of Nachster, I like to summon Nova instead of the Infinity. That way I can just go into Infinity with 1 negate on the summon. And then I play Pallades. Honestly, I almost never go into this thing. Once Dragoon comes out, that's what's going to replace this card. And then the Chimera Tech monsters, we have 2 Mega Fleet, 1 Fortress. My secret rares are coming in the mail soon, so can't wait for that. And then Fortress to get rid of the Jizukuru. Lastly, of the extra deck, 2 Chimera Tech Rampage. I really like having 2. The first one might come out of Nova when it gets Nibiru'd, and you can also now resolve both Cyberload Fusion and Overload Fusion, so very good card. Lastly, onto the side deck, we have triple Nibiru. Could be main decked, really very good hand trap against combo decks, except for Adamantipator, I guess. We have triple Dark Ruler. I was actually main decking this, but I recently took it out for the Ghost Ogres because of the Numeron engine. Very, very important for combo decks, especially Adamantipator. And then we have some back row hate. We have 2 Lightning Storms and triple Evenly. I really like this ratio. I mean, so if you include the red reboot and 2 Cyclones, and that's 8 back row hate cards. Realistically, I don't want to fit any more than that when I'm siding, so I really like this ratio, and I like Evenly more than Lightning Storm. That's why I have 3 and 2 Storms. The second Cybernetic Overflow is in my side. I mean, it's useful when you think you're being forced to go first, or you intentionally try to go first. That extra pop is really good. And lastly, something I don't think will change for a while, my going first power play is Summon Limit. I really, really like it. If you can get into Infinity and then have this when you're forced to go first, it can really end most decks. And also, if your Infinity gets destroyed, if you have Core Engrave, you can banish it, summon Nachster. Nachster can summon back the Infinity. That's still 2 summons, so very, very good card. Okay, so that's it for the deck profile, so let's move on to the cost breakdown. So looking at the cost of the Cyber Dragon deck core, so I've noticed some YouTubers making this blanket statement saying that Cyber Dragon is budget now because of the Cyber Emergency reprint and Dual Overload, but that really isn't the case. And so what you see here, the prices are based on the average price listed on the YGO Card Prices app in US dollars as of July 27th. And the price listed is also based on the lowest rarity as well. So just keep in mind that it's not a set in stone price, but more of a ballpark estimate if you were to buy each card individually. And so for the main deck, I listed out just the deck core cards, but note that I'm not including any of the hand traps, back row removal, and any other generic staples. Now this list isn't entirely the same as my deck list, but rather cards that you should purchase if you're building Cyber Dragons. So for example, while I play 2 Galaxy Soldiers in the build in this video, you should still buy 3 for flexibility as you adapt your build over time. So even then, a couple Nachsters cost about $26, and a playset of Emergencies, Machine Dupes, and Galaxy Soldiers add up a bit as well. Then you have Cyberload Fusion, which hit this ridiculous $30 tag after Emergency got reprinted because there's only 1 printing of this card. So the main deck core cost around $103 USD. As for the extra deck, the price isn't actually that terrible. It's a lot more fitting. And we recently got a reprint of Mega Fleet and Battles of Legend as secret rares. Not that it was really all that expensive anymore, but at least it looks much nicer. And the only really expensive card in the extra deck is for the Anaconda, which you definitely need to get for sure. And so the extra deck comes to around $60 USD. So in total, the main and extra deck comes to around $195 USD when we use the average price based on YGO card prices. And for you fellow Canadians out there, that's about $260. And yes, our currency sucks. Now, again, this price isn't even including hand traps and generic going second cards that you need to have to play this deck effectively. I mean, you can go for more budget options. And so basically, if you're looking to purchase this deck, hopefully you can get some form of discount by buying the entire core at once. And this price estimate is more like what you would pay if you were to buy the cards individually. So, okay everyone, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave any comments regarding my build or yours, because I'd love to engage with all of you as much as possible. And it would also mean a lot if you could subscribe, as I look to continue to grow my channel over time. And so stay tuned for more content, as one of the things I've been working on is looking at how to use analytics in terms of deck building and understanding your deck's performance. So I hope to get that to you all soon. Thank you. Take care.